Today I'm lucky enough to be sat with two very important people from My Father Cigars in the beautiful lounge of City of London Cigars at Liverpool Street. I'm joined by Joseph and Jandy, and we're going to talk a little bit about My Father and some new things that we have coming very soon. So guys, welcome. Can you explain to everyone who you are and what you do at My Father Cigars?
Of course. My name is Joseph Garcia. I'm the son of Jandy Garcia. So I focus more on the sales and the distribution side of the United States and international. So when it comes to My Father, I'm going to be mostly focusing on the sales and distribution, but as well learning with him and being with him in Nicaragua.
Well, my name is Jandy Garcia, and I'm Jaime's son. Both of us are Pepin's grandsons, the two oldest. I'm more focused in the Nicaraguan factory and Honduran factory. So I live in Nicaragua, and I help the family oversee the factory operations.
Wow. So if you had to describe My Father Cigars in just 3 words, how would each of you describe it? Because you have very different jobs, so you see it from different views, I guess.
I would say my 3 words would be family. First and foremost, family is the most important thing that we have, and as us ourselves being a family business, it's important for us to keep it in the family and make sure the family continues the tradition that our grandfather has set out for us. So the first word would definitely be family. Then the second word, I would say it would be loyalty, because no matter what ups and downs are going to happen throughout my father's or throughout our lives and business lives as well, but it's always important that we stick together, stick as a group, stick loyal to one another. And then the third word, which I would use to describe our cigars and ourselves as a brand, would be quality. Quality is at the top of everything that we do. It's the most important thing that we preach in our factory. We have a quote in the back of our factory that says "Quality, where quality has no boundaries."
Love that.
So it's truly one of one, and that's the thing that we pride ourselves most in each and every single day.
And you?
I'm with him in 2, family and quality. And I have to add tradition.
Yeah, nice.
Because we have been, the way we have been raised in the family is always respecting and looking up to our elders. You know, our grandpa, my dad, his mom, and they have been able to teach us the tradition. Not only in the business part, but in the family part.
Yeah.
And I think that's been one of the most important things in our formation as the younger ones in the business.
I suppose it's cool because, like you said, your grandfather set all this up, and you've kind of come through, but you're still learning the same principles that he set up for you. So that's really cool.
He's been able to, and we are very fortunate to be able to work with him.
Yeah.
And because it's hard to see 3 different generations of a family
there's actually
working,
videos behind you of everything that's going on, yeah.
And he's been able to transmit even what he was taught by his dad.
Yeah.
He's been able to pass it forward and pass it on to us.
Yeah, we pay a lot of homage and a lot of respect to, for example, his father, my uncle, my mother, and our grandfather, because of everything they had to do coming to America and building the brand from the ground up with nothing. So it truly is magnificent when you think about it, that it's only been 23, 24 years since they came to the United States and started their journey. So we pay a lot of homage and have a lot of respect for the elders and everything, not only in our company, but as well as in other companies that we've seen other people do great things as well. So we always respect the elders and pay homage to the people that come before us.
So what's something that people might not know that would be quite interesting to say, like anything that could surprise people about the company, anything behind the scenes or fun facts, a bit like what you're saying about the generations and stuff, so like how long it's been? Is there anything that's like a cool fact about My Father that you can share?
The family aspect?
Yeah, any of it, yeah.
So, we were talking about it yesterday, that we all, like our names, they all start with J at the front.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so actually the new cigar that you guys just saw, the series JJ,
Yes.
Yes, so actually the JJ there stands for Janny and Jaime. So it's my grandfather named it after his children. So my mother and his father.
It's really funny because people that follow Tour will know that every time I have to pronounce someone's name that isn't particularly an English spelling of a name, I call him Jamie. And then I'll do a video and I'm like, oh, Jamie in this cigar, and I'll get a text from Scott saying, it's not Jamie, it's Jaime. And he'll send me like voice notes like, Callie, learn how to pronounce things. And I'm like, oh, I can't because it's spelt like that, isn't it? So a bit like what we were saying about your name's spelt Jandy, but it's pronounced Handy. But I will get there with my with my pronunciation. So the name My Father Cigars is personal.
Yes.
Can you tell us the story behind it?
Yeah, so it was originally started, it was an idea from my uncle and my mother as a way to honor my grandfather while he was still alive. So usually people pay respects after their parents have passed and their parents aren't able to see what their children have created for them.
Yeah.
So my uncle decided to do a little secret project behind my grandfather's back.
That's really nice.
And mind you, nothing in our factory leaves without the permission of our grandfather, so he gets the final stamp on everything.
Yeah.
But they did a little secret thing behind his back, and then one day UPS came with an envelope and delivered it to my grandfather, unfortunately. And he opened it up and he saw it was rings, but they all said my father.
Okay.
And he asked Jaime, he goes, Jaime, what is this? And Jaime goes, oh, it's actually for you. We're gonna do a cigar to honor you and to honor everything that you've done for us. So that's how
really
the name
cool
got behind. And then we decided to change the company name to My Father Cigars, and it's stuck. So it's worked out great for us.
But even though that's where it come from, because you guys are taking the business down through the generations, it's always kind of got a link. So like your father, you know, like your grandfather, that it's always linked back up, which is really cool. But that's a really interesting story about the rings. So now going back to last year, you have a current #1 cigar with Cigar Aficionado, the judge. Can you tell us a little bit about that cigar and how exciting it was to win that?
Well, the cigar, it's got a Sumatra Ecuador wrapper. It's I'll say 3/4 to full body cigar. It's got Nicaraguan binders and fillers. As we were saying, we produce 100% of the fillers and the binders that we use.
Nice.
And the wrapper comes from Ecuador, but we control the fermentation on the wrapper.
Okay.
And last year, when the #1 was announced on December the 19th, right?
You got the date. You can remember the date. Yeah.
The factory. I remember because the factory was on vacation.
Oh, no way.
And we normally, towards the end of the year, the factory, all the rollers, the packaging area, they all go on vacation. And we prepare for that vacation, and we leave some stock of everything in the factory to be ready for January. But we had to call the production chief of the factory and say, hey, I need the rollers that know how to make a 60 ringers. I need them back.
We need to come back in.
And we gathered 23 pairs of rollers, and they didn't stop working. Obviously, we took care of that.
Yeah, so they had Christmas as a factory, yeah.
And that was the way that we were able to reduce the back orders as much as we could. Yeah.
Yeah, well, as our customers know, we had just launched it in the UK, and then it was, I think, less than a week later, it got announced as Cigar of the Year, and our stock just went, whoom. And I remember we were all just like, oh no, we need more. I'm sure Scott was on the phone to you guys like, help, we need some more. And then you were working over Christmas trying to get it done. So who was behind the actual blend of that cigar? Like, who thought of it?
That's my grandpa and my dad.
Nice.
They were the ones that blended it, and they created it.
So do they wear that hat with pride now that they created a Cigar of the Year, Cigar Aficionado?
Yeah, they wear everything with pride. Every cigar that we release, we wouldn't release a cigar if we didn't think it was to the best of our quality and to the best of our standards. So everything that they release, especially with the #1s, they take a lot of pride in.
So you've already spoken about how that was made and stuff, but can you describe what makes a My Father cigar unique in the cigar industry?
Go for it.
What makes it unique is that we have, when you smoke and light up a My Father, you kind of know the characteristics of a My Father. We're gonna have a little bit of the spice, a little bit stronger than normal. It's gonna be a little bit above strength than a regular. Even our Connecticut's are a little bit stronger than a regular Connecticut. But you're gonna have a distinct profile when it comes to your palate and when it comes to the cigar itself. It's gonna be very unique when it comes to the spice of it.
What Joseph is saying translates to the process that we do, the way we ferment and process our tobaccos, and the way we manufacture the cigars, that we actually make the cigars. We have very unique methods and even some old traditions that we have rescued that were lost in the industry. And we brought them back and we implement that. That's why when you smoke on My Father, even now, if you try our newest release, our newest project from Honduras, it's a whole different cigar. So it's not gonna be similar to the My Fathers that you have tried to Nicaragua, but there's going to be something that is like a hidden like a cliché in there that you know you're smoking a My Father cigars. The way we process our tobacco, and you have been there in Nicaragua. We do the burro de reposos, which is something, it's not a pilon, it's a burro de reposo, which is an additional step that we take to make sure it's got that final touch in fermentation. We age all fillers and binders for an average of 4 years. The wrappers we age for 2, and the wrappers we age in manojos. Manojos is a very particular way of putting 4 gavillas together, or 4 hands of tobacco together, and you tie them as a way to preserve that wrapper. And the way we do the aging in the wrapper is in cold, because we simulate the cold weather month of Cuba. We have a room at a certain temperature, and we age those wrappers in there. So all of that, and we have more. All of that adds up. And it gives you the uniqueness that you find in the My Father cigars. And
we're able to do that thanks to being vertically integrated. So
you're leading me on very nicely to the next question. It's almost like you've seen it. I was just going to say, how do you balance tradition then with innovation? So obviously, cigar makers, more modern factories are bringing in tech, because obviously it can enhance, it can help. It's less faff or less hands needed, but you have to still be traditional. But like what you're saying, you're still going back to old methods. So how do you balance that at My Father Cigars?
We are, as Joseph was saying, we are very traditional in our process. Now, as a factory, we have implemented technology in the parts that we can. For example, for water filtration, we cannot add water to the tobacco from the city water, because it's got chlorine and it's got a bunch of stuff. So we have like modern water filtration systems to filter the water the water, remove like heavy metals and stuff, and that way we can add it to the tobacco, and we're not adding any excess of anything in that water. The way we moist our tobacco when it is fermenting, we have a new method with some machines that produce basically water vapor or steam, and that way we avoid water stains, especially in the wrappers. We add water, we get them moist, it raises temperature, but you're not adding what we call live water or water droplets to the tobacco. And that's a couple of the stuff that we can do, because we're very traditional, like Joseph said. We do everything 100% handmade.
And that's what makes you guys vertically integrated.
And that won't change anytime soon. That's one of the important things that our grandfather is mainly focused on, is being 100% handmade and doing it with the hands and the way that he taught us. So doing it the old Cuban traditional style, making sure that we keep on that legacy is what we want to do.
So like obviously, like you said, everything's handmade, But the innovation part, I guess, is just helping those that are handmade rather than replacing the tradition.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
We want to keep it, again, we want to keep our cigars 100% handmade at all times. Innovation and technology does help. And again, technology helps with pretty much everything nowadays. But it's helped us a little bit, but everything will be 100% handmade.
You know, obviously, we have had to implement technology. We employ more than 5,000 people now. You need to have a good system for accounting, for like human resources, for all of that. There is an IT team that we have in Nicaragua that's behind the scene, you know, and taking care of everything.
So let's talk about what's coming up with My Father Cigars, or for My Father Cigars. You've got a new facility in Honduras, and I believe we're going to be one of the first countries to supply the very new Honduran cigar. Is it blue?
Yes.
And I have been lucky enough to see the box, the most beautiful colour. I really do like it. Alfonso, I'm talking to Alfonso, he sat behind the camera if you didn't know. He actually has the box at home and he was showing us all on our Zoom call the other day. It's beautiful. So can you tell me about the progression into having new facilities in Honduras and a bit about the new cigar?
Yeah, so just a little bit about the new Honduran Blue. It's our first Honduran cigar. It's going to be a Honduran Puro. So filler binder is going to be all Honduran cigars that we grew ourselves from our farms. Like he mentioned earlier, we grow 100% of our fillers and binders. The wrapper is, we didn't plan it ourselves. We had to buy it and outsource it. It's a Connecticut broadleaf rosado wrapper. So it's not your typical broadleaf that is a little bit darker and a little bit on the stronger side. It's going to be a little bit more of a tone down. When it comes to the leaf on the plant, on the wrapper, it's going to be more in that middle. Okay. So it's a little bit more in that medium plus range in the full body. In terms of Honduras and the farm.
Well, in Honduras we are a new venture, practically. We started with the farming process first. So we bought the land, got it ready, and planted. Then we moved into building a pre-industry to be able to process all of that tobacco. And then we did the factory. Currently we're building the box factory, because the boxes for the blue are being made in Nicaragua and being used in Honduras. So we're sending them over there, but they're all made by us.
So what was the idea for setting up in Honduras? Is someone who had the plan, who's thought, you know what, I want to make some Honduran cigars?
It was our grandpa and dad and his mom. They had the vision of going to Honduras because we wanted to have more like diversity in our portfolio, and it's basically giving us many more players on the team at the time of blending. So now we're gonna be able to do not only the blue but many Honduran puros, and we're gonna be able to do that blend of Honduras and Nicaragua with our tobacco. Because we're growing it all, and it's gonna be interesting. We're cooking up some projects for the beginning of next year. It's gonna be.
Watch this space.
There's gonna be some interesting blends coming up.
So the Honduran Blue is not to be confused with the Don Pepin Blue. The Don Pepin Blue is a little bit of a darker blue. It was one of our first releases from the Don Pepin line. It's what we call our. If you think of a family tree, it's the patriarch of our family tree when it comes to cigars. All of our other blends kind of stem around from that Don Pepin Blue. But the Honduran Blue, we decided to call it the My Father Blue after the Honduran flag. So we did it as a homage to Honduras, as a way to pay respect for them inviting us into their country, letting us do business there, and again, having a smooth process all throughout.
It's such a beautiful colour box.
Yeah.
Obviously I've not smoked the cigar yet, but I'm sure it'll match the box. Other than that, which is coming out this year in 2025, we have released the JJ, the VC and the RE. What can you tell us about those cigars? So they're quite new, obviously over in the UK this year, so not everyone watching this may have smoked them yet, but why should they?
They're very, very tasteful cigars, and if you like that Corojo wrapper, it's amazing. That Corojo wrapper gives a lot of sweetness to it, a lot of chocolate notes to it. It's absolutely delicious. When it comes to, if you're looking for more of a not too strong of a cigar, that VC is perfect, right in that medium range for everybody. Like I mentioned, Corojo wrapper, Nicaraguan filler binder from our farms. And then that JJ, it's a little bit of a step up in terms of strength. So if you're looking for a little bit more of a stronger cigar, a little bit more on that fuller side, that JJ is perfect for it. It's a Corojo wrapper as well. Filler binder Nicaraguan, 100% grown on our farms as well. But you can't go wrong with anything on the Don Pepin line. Anything that my grandfather puts his name behind, it's gone through tedious works to go through.
So with them particular cigars, obviously you're the man behind the scenes in the factory. Are they made? I know they're different tobaccos, but are they made very differently with the processes?
You're gonna notice that on the Don Pepin line, we use a lot of the Corojo wrapper.
Okay.
It's a Corojo 99 seed that we grow ourselves in our farms, and that's because that wrapper variety is my grandpa's favorite wrapper variety.
I see, yeah.
So all of the Don Pepins are different, and the tobaccos that go inside, they go through different processes to get there. That way we make them unique. If you try the VC and you try the JJ, you're gonna find similarities on the wrapper side, but the flavor wise are whole, like Joseph was saying, they're different animals. One is more settled down, medium, and the other one is a little bit punchier.
Do you think if I took the bands off and you were blindfolded, you'd be able to tell the difference between the three?
For sure, yeah.
For sure. We'll hold him to that. Next time we'll meet him, we're having a blind toast test. Okay, I've got some quick fire questions now, which are quite fun for people to get to know you guys a bit more. So, Joseph, what is your go-to pairing with a cigar? So it could be a drink, it could be a setting, food. What is your go-to pairing?
A go-to pairing, I don't drink a lot of alcohol, so I don't typically go for whiskey or anything like that. Whatever alcohol they give me, I pass it on to him. So he'll drink it for me. But honestly, the setting for me is the most important thing. I like a nice sunset, a nice little relaxing spot on the beach to enjoy it. I'm from Miami, so a lot of sunsets and beaches around.
Oh, you're in the right place for that. Yeah. And what about you, Andy?
On my daily basis, I normally do coffee.
Okay.
I do black regular coffee, either Nicaraguan or Honduran.
Yeah, to match a cigar.
They're both great.
That's
and
cool.
If I'm hanging out with my dad, then alcohol gets involved, and we go to Scotch. And
nice. Or whatever Joseph's just passed you.
Yeah. We do normally in the house, we do Macallans or Glenlivet, and
nice.
That's what we...
Okay, next question. Joseph, what is your morning smoke?
My morning smoke would actually go to that BC. It's a nice medium, great, nice and smooth, and it's a nice, I would call it a breakfast cigar.
Okay.
So you could have it right after breakfast, it's amazing.
And your evening smoke? My
evening smoke would probably be the Judge. Nice Sumatra wrapper, #1 cigar of the year, highest rated New World cigar ever on Cigar Aficionado. I got a 98 out of 99, so you can't go wrong with the Judge.
And Handy, what about you, morning smoke?
For my morning smoke, I normally go for the Flor de las Antillas. That's what I normally do in the mornings. So #1 cigar of the year of 2012.
Nice.
For me, when I have the humidor in our office, that's got everything.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. That's the one that I find myself going the most to grab.
And your evening smoke?
That'll be the Leviu.
Okay.
That My Father Leviu.
Always? Generally, you'll go
Generally. I do the Leviu, or I might do something like the Jaime Garcia.
Okay.
Either with the Connecticut broadleaf or the Connecticut Ecuador. Either or.
Nice. Joseph, next question. Classic or new blends? So like an older style one or some of the newer stuff you've got?
I'm gonna have to go with more of the classic. I'm a big fan of the original Don Pepins that we did, and I love that blue. That blue is amazing, and I'm also a big fan of. We used to have a cigar. Well, we have a cigar called El Rey de los Habanos, but we used to make it previously. Then when we were still in Little Havana, and smoking that cigar was just amazing. So I'm more of a older school.
Handy?
Yep. I have to say both. I can do a little bit of both. We still have some of the old Rey de los Habanos hanging around, and the one I'm smoking right now is the reblend that we did, and I have to say both because this is amazing.
And
so.
Fair enough. And you're there and you're part of it, so you have to keep it fair. And last quickfire question. You're celebrating something important. What's your go-to celebration cigar?
The Flor de las Antillas. I'm gonna start it off with what started off for us. So, our first number one, I gotta always go back to that one, the Flor de las Antillas. And if I'm celebrating with people, it's a great smoke for people that haven't smoked a lot of cigars, nice and medium. It's a great introductory cigar as well. It was personally my first cigar, so it's great. I always go for the FDLA.
And you?
I'll go for the LBU.
So your evening smoke as well as your celebration smoke?
Exactly.
Nice.
Especially in the torpedo shape.
Okay.
For celebration, I like the torpedo to make it a little more unique.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. So just to close off, for anyone that might be watching that hasn't smoked a My Father cigar, mad, I know, but there might be, why should they smoke one of your cigars?
Well, if you're looking for the highest quality in a cigar, if you're looking for everything that is controlled from start to bottom and one of the finest cigars in the world, then you're gonna have to try My Father. At the end of the day, we're very privileged and honored to receive 3 number one of the, cigars of the year, and that comes with a lot of hard work and good cigars at the end of the day. So yeah, either way, wherever you go in whether it's mild, medium, or full bodied, you're never gonna have a bad My Father.
Nice. And where can people find and keep up to date with everything you do on social media or on your website?
On social media, on Instagram, we could just go to My Father Cigars. We're right there on Instagram, and as well as on our website. It's going to be myfathercigars.com.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for sitting down and talking to me today.
Oh, thank you.
And apart from the cigars that they've mentioned that might not be in the UK, we have everything available, including their number one cigars. So if you haven't tried a My Father cigar yet, you're mad and you need to go and get yourself one. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for sitting down, and enjoy your UK tour.
No, thank you.
Thanks.